All right, so this video is going to be about 3 habits that are keeping you poor. These are habits that are not commonly spoken of, and these are habits that people do on a regular basis at a very subconscious level and don't even realize that they're doing it, and they don't even realize how bad it's hurting them. And some of you guys might even be doing some of these, so please, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and make sure you rewatch this video as many times as you have to, because this is going to be one of the most valuable videos that I put out on YouTube. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so number 1 is not valuing your time. What do I mean by that? I mean that whenever you have idle time that's just there and you're not doing anything, you're sitting down, or maybe you're just watching TV, letting time go by, whether you're scrolling on your phone through social media and time is just going by, and it's just going by and nothing's happening, nothing productive or value added is happening. Am I saying this leisure time is bad? No, but an excessive amount of it is terrible because you're not making certain things happen for your life. We all have certain goals for ourselves. We want to make more money. We want to have better relationships. We want to have more fun. We want to do this. We want to do that. When you're sitting around letting just time accumulate, that's your life literally going by. How many people do you know that say, man, time sure does fly as you get older? Yeah, it does. You know why? Because typically when you get older, you feel more tired. You don't want to do as much. You have less ambition, typically. Not all the time, but typically. There's less ambition involved and there's less action going forward. And people get comfortable and they sit back, you know, watching TV, watching sports, watching fights, stuff like that, instead of getting up and making certain things happen. Instead of using that available time to build skills, or instead of, you know, learning something or learning concepts, or just something that is productive. So adding value to someone else, making more money. That's what this time could be used for. Instead, it's used to play video games, or to binge watch something on Netflix or Disney Plus now. And again, this is something that people don't realize that they're doing because it's become a norm. It's become a norm to come back from work feeling tired, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to cook, not wanting to clean, not having time to clean, not having time to call relatives, not having time to do things that you need to do. But you have time to binge watch Netflix for 3 hours and then stay up past the time you initially planned to go to bed. And then you're still tired in the morning when it's time to go to work. Just an example, but that's what I mean. A person that does that is straight up not valuing their time. When you're not valuing your time, first of all, you don't understand how much time you actually have available to do the things you need to do, like cleaning, like cooking, like scheduling appointments, like planning out your week. Instead, you would rather do what's easy and readily available to you. It's super easy to sit down and turn a TV on with the remote and just sit back and watch. It's super easy to turn a game system on and get the controller and start playing the video game. Super easy to do all of that. All right, so moving on to the next habit. Not taking care of yourself. This is eating unhealthy foods. This is neglecting to go to the doctors. This is neglecting to go to the dentist. This is neglecting to, you know, take care of your skin, to, you know, exercise. This is neglecting to, you know, to intentionally pick what you're putting inside of your body. This is neglecting to drink the necessary amount of water. Fruits, vegetables, grains, meats, whatever it is that you eat, you've got to definitely be intentional about what you put in your body, because guess what? A lot of people struggle with eating unhealthily because everything's moving so fast. Everybody has jobs or businesses or some way of making money that is consuming a lot of their time. And when you're done for the day, you want to eat something. And a lot of people just say, oh, well, I'll just run to McDonald's, or I'll just run to Burger King, Chick-fil-A, whatever the case is. They run to these places in convenience and they get, you know, fried foods and foods full of sodium with more than twice or triple the recommended amount of sodium intake a day. Therefore, a lot of people are impacted. But let me ask you this question. How many people in the world have health problems? A lot. Why do they have health problems? A lot of it stems from their dietary habits. Not to mention the fact that if you have the combination of unhealthy eating, lack of exercise, and the neglect to go to the doctor's office for your yearly checkup, guess what? That is a formula for disaster. Here's why. So I asked you the question earlier. How many people in America, even just America alone, have health problems? A lot, right? Well, how many of those illnesses and sicknesses, how many of those go undetected for years and years and years? Why do they go undetected for so long? Because half of these people, probably more than half, don't go to the doctor on a regular basis. As a result, it starts off small, they don't really feel the symptoms until years go by. And then all of a sudden, oh, something's wrong with me, I'm going to the doctor. And then this could have been in their body for years and years and years, but they don't realize it until it's severe enough to require medical attention. Some of which has people ending up in the emergency room, and it ends in a fat medical bill, and a lot of times it is irreversible at the time, and they have to be treated for it for the rest of their lives. This comes in many forms: cancer, diabetes, the list goes on and on, high blood pressure or hypertension. This is not a game. This is something that people need to spend a lot more time on. And of course, the big medical bill, and then the newly found disease or illness that you have is going to produce what? Cortisol. And it's going to stress you out. You're going to be stressed out because of it. And that's not going to help your health problems at all. So take care of yourself. Eat healthy. Go to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym, exercise, run, do something. Be active. You can't just be a couch potato just because you're tired. You just can't do it. Our bodies are not meant to just sit still. We've got to always be doing something. We've got to be putting the correct things in our bodies, because it directly correlates with how we perform, with how we think, with our physical capabilities, our sharpness, our heart health, all of that good stuff. If we don't have good dietary habits, and if we aren't seeing medical professionals on a regular basis, we are asking for trouble. Moving on to the next tip: not having a purpose or a plan for your life. This is talking specifically to the people who are on autopilot. And this starts from a very early stage in life. And I actually learned this from the book called Outwitting the Devil. It's an excellent book. Check it out. It is crazy. I will link Outwitting the Devil in the description. But think about all these kids in schools, right? Public schools, private schools, it does not matter. Think of all the kids who go through school without direction, without purpose, without a plan for what they want to do when they get out of school. Only to be asked at the age of 17, what do you want to do when you graduate? A lot of them don't know what they want to do. A lot of them just list something that sounds impressive just to get people off their backs. Some of them don't have a plan. Some of them don't even understand that you don't have to go to a higher level of education to be successful. A lot of them have no direction of what career path they want to go in. They don't know if they want to start their own business, or if they want to be a mechanic, or if they want to be a plumber, or if they want to go to college, become a doctor, become a lawyer, become an engineer. They don't know. They don't know if they want to be a psychiatrist. They don't know if they want to be a teacher. They don't know. Because they're not thinking for themselves. So when you're not thinking for yourselves, you're drifting. When you drift, you're in autopilot. You might be the best student in the world, getting straight A's. That does not apply to life. That does not apply to your budgeting skills. That makes you poor. That does not apply to your relational skills. That makes you poor in relationships. That makes your entire quality of life poor. If you have zero money skills, zero relational skills, think about it. Are you rich in life? We're not even talking about money at this point. We're talking about your quality of life is poor if you cannot think for yourself. So a sign of somebody who thinks for themselves is somebody who has a definite, clear, direct plan for their lives. No matter how crazy it might sound to others, it's a definite plan. These are the steps to get there. If you don't have purpose or planning in your life, then you're also asking yourself for trouble. It's a big deal. When you live on autopilot, you let life pass you by. When you live on autopilot, you graduate and you take whatever job you can get instead of the job that you want. When you're on autopilot, you're accepting whatever life throws at you, no matter how bad it sucks, no matter how painful it is. You're just accepting it. You're just taking it at that point. Why would you do that when you could say, no, I demand this and this is what I will get, and I will stop at nothing to get it? Versus, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just, let this keep happening for the next 30 years of my life until I retire, maybe. You know what I mean? You have to have a plan. I worked a job that I've hated before, and I made up my mind that I was never going to go through that again. So I made a plan to find another job, a higher paying job, a job that would not put me through the mess that I went through. And guess what? I got it because I stopped at nothing to get it. It would literally keep me up at night. I would always just think about it over and over again. And it's not just jobs, it's relationships. Don't stay in a relationship that is keeping you miserable. Anything that life throws at you that is making you miserable, look at it as a test and look at yourself as a person who's got to solve it and get out of that so they can put themselves in a better situation. I'm telling you, learn to think for yourself, have a plan, and I promise you, you will not be poor. I got very fired up, but I want to give you guys a bonus tip just for watching this long. Lack of self-control will keep you poor. Don't believe me? Keep listening. So, lack of control of your desires, for example, whether that's eating or entertainment, or lack of control of your spending habits, or if we're talking about lack of emotional control, you have outbursts. That's going to put you in a lot of bad situations that you don't want to be in. That could even lead you to losing your life if we're dealing with some dangerous people, right? This could get you, you could lose connections. You could lose good friends, being highly opinionated, not being able to control your ability to hold back your opinion at the right time, knowing when to shut up, just to be quite frank about it. You have to know how to control that. You have to know when to be quiet. You have to know when to put your opinion out there. You have to know when your emotions need to be a certain way, when it's time to get angry, when it's time, to be excited, when it's time to be overjoyed. There's times and places to have these emotions. You need to know how to control your spending habits. You might come into some money. That doesn't mean you know how to manage it, and that doesn't mean you can keep it. So have that self-control. When you can master yourself and master your mind, you can control the things around you, your resources, your money, your food, your water, your diet, your workouts, your exercises. You can control all of that stuff. You can help other people control it on their own accounts. That's why this is important, guys. So I hope you like this video. I know I get fired up, but these are the habits that are keeping you poor. And a lot of these are not directly monetarily, but they translate directly over to a bunch of areas in life, and the main one is money. So I hope you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you like this, and leave me a like if you want to see more videos like this. I love making videos like this. Thank you so much, guys. I'm Reggie Bryant. Control you, control your finances, control your life.